So we're going to do a review of B&B charcoal, Texas Trinity, which is salt, pepper, garlic kind of mix, and then the Texas cattle call, and then we have Brisket Mafia. I have two steaks. I have a ribeye that has the B&B on it, and then I have a New York strip that has the Brisket Mafia brisket rub on it. Put the steaks on just a second or two ago. The internal temperature of the steaks was about 76 degrees. Then we'll take them up to about 128, and then we'll give them a real hot fast sear. Cooking on the Pit Boss Classic. And there's your steaks. You can see on the ribeye with the B&B, their rub is finer than Brisket Mafia. Brisket Mafia is real granular to it. Another thing also, on the B&B, which is on this steak here, when I open the bottles had freshly sealed caps over them. The B&B did not. It just had the plastic cap. The B&B was lumped up on the inside, and I had to take a knife and break it up. The B&B had the freshly sealed, and I didn't have to do anything except remove it and shake it out. This has the Trinity as the base layer, and then the cattle call on top. So we're going to let these cook, and then we'll open up the grate down here to where we actually get a flame, and then we're going to sear them up. So we'll be back in a little bit. This is what I'm talking about. The Brisket Mafia. You can see how big the granules and stuff are to it. See, there's still some lumps there over here, and then you can see how fine the B&B is. So coarse and fine. All right, here's the finished steaks. The ribeye, B&B, the New York strip, Brisket Mafia. The Brisket Mafia has got a little more red tint to it. But that's what both of them look like, the finished product. Took them up to about 128, and then seared them, brought them in. They've been resting about 10 minutes. So we're going to cut into them and get on with dinner and see how they fare. Stay tuned. All right, so my taste tester just tried the Brisket Mafia. So what's your first impression?
It's good. It's a little salty.
A little salty?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now she's gonna take a bite of the B&B. Get a drink before you take a bite. And this is the B&B. This is the B&B Trinity and Cattle Call.
It's good too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's salty, sweet, what?
About right.
About right? All right, so she's gone back in for a second bite of the B&B.
This looks like you coated it more, but I don't know if that's just the way it came out.
It's bigger granules
Yeah.
than the other. All right, and here she goes, another bite of the Brisket Mafia. So what you think?
Either one of them good. That one probably do better at your steak. At your
You think the
Got it.
Brisket Mafia would?
They got that little bit of afterbite at the end, but not overbearing.
All right. Well, there's what my taste tester had to say. We'll be back. Oh, hey, it's Tut with Big Hat Barbecue, and we've been testing some rubs out today, doing a little comparison with them. I'm gonna move you down here where you can see the rubs. All right. So what we done earlier, we had 2 steaks. One was a New York strip. New York strip, we used Brisket Mafia rub. On the ribeye that I had, I used B&B. We put down the Trinity first as a first layer, and then we topped it off with some cattle call. Okay, so those were the 2 rubs. You've seen the pictures of the steaks cooking, what they look like at the very end. So let's talk about them a minute. All right, so the wife done the taste test for me. The Brisket Mafia, this one here, Brisket Mafia, it has a little heat on the end of it, okay? Little heat on the end of it, which apparently is a good thing here in Texas if you cook in the State Cooking Association, because apparently the judge like a little bit of spice, a little bit of bite to it. I just cooked a competition this past weekend and I got dinged really hard on my taste. And the only thing I can think of is the practice steak I cooked the exact same way and seasoned it the exact same as my turn-in steak. The practice steak tasted a little sweet to it. So apparently they're not a fan of sweet. So I'm on the search for something that's got a little bite to it. Now I use Cosmos Q products and we love Cosmos Q products, but that was the only thing that I used was all of his stuff. And apparently, I guess I should have gone with the hot version of either the Dirty Bird or the cow cover or something. But anyway, the judges didn't like it. B&B. I am officially an unofficial sponsor for B&B, or representative rather for B&B. B&B, they have a few rubs out, and now these rubs, whole different taste profile on the steak. Very good. It was very good. I didn't get any heat with it as I did with the Brisket Mafia. Okay. As you saw in the video, my wife, she loved the B&B, but she also liked the Brisket Mafia. She said she would eat either one of these before. Now, previously, we done a video on Be Extreme. She wasn't real impressed with that. Now, I met with some people at Be Extreme and got some fresh spices, and we're going to give it another shot. I don't know if I was too heavy on the seasoning on those steaks or what, but anyway, she didn't like it, but we're going to give it another shot. So Be Extreme, you got another chance at this. Now, the Be Extreme stuff, apparently the SCA judges, they like it. Two people won big in this last SCA event using the Be Extreme. So anyway, back to these 2. Brisket Mafia. You can find him on Instagram. He's out of Lubbock. Now, the problem I had
with this was, as soon as I took the lid off, what I found was no kind of freshness seal on here. And the spice here, the rub, was all clumped up. You can kind of see it still clumped down here in the bottom, and there's like some big chunks right up in here and stuff. So I literally had to take an ice pick and break that up. So I wasn't happy with that, but it still tastes good, all right? The B&B, I opened it up, and lo and behold, there was a freshness seal there, okay? Now, I want you to look at the two. This brisket here, this brisket rub from Brisket Mafia, it's a very coarse grind. The cow call and the Trinity is a very fine rub, okay? So the texture is very fine to them. Now, on the steak, you could really see a difference with the rubs, the seasoning on the steak. You could see big pieces of the Brisket Mafia on there. Now, this is a brisket rub. And of course, you know, here in Texas, we like the coarse black pepper and the coarse salt. So we like big chunks on that brisket. So what we're going to do is, I told him when I got this I was going to do a review on it. So I have a 14-pound brisket that I got locally here. And we're gonna put this on here in just a little bit. It's about 9:15, so probably around 11 o'clock or so. This is gonna go out on the Masterbuilt 1050 Gravity Series. So it's a big grill, and it can definitely handle this big piece of meat. This is all we're gonna season it with. No salt, pepper, no nothing else, okay? This is it. This brisket has already had the decal fat removed from it, and it's got just a little bit of fat to it. Get it down here where y'all can see it. Got a little bit of fat to it. I might not have to do hardly any trimming at all to this. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to. But if you've ever wondered how do you cook a brisket, I'm not going to teach you how to do that. Not tonight. All right, but I want you to take a look right here on the side of Brisket Mafia's bottle. There is step-by-step directions how to use this rub and how to cook your brisket. All right, I'm not going to follow the directions on here because I know how to cook a brisket, but we are going to only use this, and then we'll give a review of just the brisket rub. Now, when I do the reviews, I'm honest on the review. If it's good and we like it, I'll tell you it's good and we like it. If it's bad, I'm gonna tell you it's bad. But remember, you know, that's just one man's opinion. But for us, that's just the way it goes. I want y'all to be informed on some of these rubs. Some of these rubs are just chock full of salt. Some of them very little salt. So, you know, if you have any kind of medical issues or whatever, you know, you might want to keep that in mind. on what you got going on your meat and stuff. All right. So anyway, thanks. I'll let you know how this brisket turns out on here. Hey, I know I'm new at this, and I just want to appreciate those that are have liked and subscribed to my channel. This is a one-man show, and as you can tell, I'm an old man, and I'm still trying to figure out how to use some of these gadgets to film this video. But if you want an honest review on a piece of equipment, barbecue equipment, a rub, a spice, anything like that, hit me up. I'll be more than glad to do a review for you. The Brisket Mafia, this is not a paid review. I paid dearly for this. The shipping was almost as much as the bottle was. So, you know, it wasn't free. Same thing, the B&B, even though I'm unofficially a ambassador for them, I bought these. They weren't given to me, and these turned out to be pretty good. I don't know if I would use these in an SCA competition, especially since they like a little heat around here apparently. These were really good though. I recommend, I do, I really recommend the B&B rubs here. And it's, they've won awards with it. They've won awards with it, so you can't go wrong. But anyway, back to the Brisket Mafia. I'll let you know how it turns out. I'm going to get off this thing, get this brisket seasoned up, and get it ready to go out on that Masterbuilt 1050. But anyway, like, subscribe, hit that little bell for me if you would, help an old man out. Hey, give us a follow on Instagram. It's Michael Tutton 44 Big Hat Barbecue, hashtag at Big Hat Barbecue. Of course, you can find us on Facebook also. You can find my personal account there, Michael Tutton, or you can find Big Hat Barbecue. But anyway, hey, like, subscribe, let me know. Hey, we might be doing t-shirts pretty soon, so keep your eyes out. Hey, y'all have a good night. God bless every one of you.